So hello guys, you know Kenyans on numerous occasions have used social medias, or you have heard these stories whereby Kenyans complain about the various experiences they have had with taxi drivers in the country. You know, recently, of course, there are so many people who have been writing on social media saying that they have been, harassed, they have been they have experienced incidences of insecurity. Some have actually been killed when riding on these taxi cars. It is not of something of very big concern at this time, but from time to time we hear these stories, and the purpose of this video is to give you 5 key things that you should do when riding on a taxi to ensure that you are safe. The first thing is always verify the number plate or the registration specifications of the car according to what you see on the application. So when the driver arrives, always ensure that you check the number plate, you check the car color and the car model, and ensure that that car is the one that is being used on the app, as well as what the driver is actually driving. So that is the first thing that you should identify. Some drivers will tell you that the car that they have used to register had broken down, or maybe it is in the garage, or maybe it is in the car wash, and instead of them staying like that, they borrowed another car to just keep the days moving as they wait for their car to come back on the road. So that could be the first thing you need to consider, but also listen to the driver whether he has something that justifies why the car is different. But that is a critical thing you need to check. The second one, when you get inside that car, always sit at the back left. If you are alone especially, sit at the back left. This will give you a nice visibility of the driver because he is straight to the right side, so you are able to see and monitor his gestures and also some unfamiliar behaviors. So the back left is a very good seat for you also to exit in case of anything. So don't sit in front, always sit at the back left. So the third point is always ask the driver whether he knows the destination where you are going. So many passengers have this bad character or bad behavior of assuming that taxi drivers knows all the corner of the city. So in so many cases you'll find that your driver is a new driver in the city, but even for those who have driven for many years, there are still so many corners of the city that they don't know. So always ensure that you ask the driver whether he is familiar with your destination. Okay, if he is not sure, please guide him, give him guidance to follow the shortest route. Some of them, if you give them a general outlay of the route they need to follow, they will get an idea. But if the driver is completely new, you need to keep an eye on him and give him step-by-step direction. Okay, so the second, that is the third point. So the fourth point, always monitor the Google map from your phone, because some people are always surprised that they did select a destination, but the driver is moving to a different one. This is because, Google Map is a bit peculiar sometimes. And as you can also imagine, there are so many locations in Nairobi that carry the same name. So someone would put, for example, Radisson Blue Hotel. So they forget to select the one in Upper Hill or the one along near State House. Okay, so the driver will be taking you to State House, Radisson Blue Hotel, instead of taking you to Upper Hill. So don't always assume that your destination is correct. When the driver starts the route, ensure that you check your Google map, or if you are using Little Cab, it will show you the map from the side of the passenger's application, and ensure that the route to destination is the correct one. Otherwise, it is very easy to pick a wrong drop point, a wrong destination, and the driver will take you the wrong destination according to what the map is showing. So the other interesting point is that keep your eyes always on the driver and monitor unusual behaviors. Okay, read his mood and his attitude and his general character along the journey. So some drivers will already send some bad signals right from the time they give you a call to ask you where you are, so that they can come and pick you. So from the first statement you hear from the driver, please extract some, some how can I say, some conclusions about him and keep your eyes on him. No driver will give you a bad impression for nothing. Some may have had a bad day, maybe some have bad intention with you. So be keen on whatever the driver is doing, monitor his hand, the way he's doing with his phone, check whether he's engaging in some calls that, create some tension along the journey, and then always take the relevant actions. Right now, like Uber has brought an option whereby you can do voice recording if the situation gets, bad while still on the journey, or you can do voice recording and send a voice message to the Uber team, and then they will listen to it if you are in danger. So always keep your eye on the driver, whether he is doing some unusual thing. So the last thing is that unless the driver is fueling the car, don't accept that he make unnecessary stopovers, or he tells you, I need to pass by a certain supermarket, I pick something, or I need to go, deviate a little bit from the designated route to go and do something else that is not part of your request. So those are things that you need to cover yourself from to ensure that you are safe. But the last additional one, make sure that you share your trip with your friends. Okay, so when the trip starts, there is always a prompt asking you to share your trip. It's just like an insurance. You never know. Someone needs to be there monitoring how you are moving, and you never know what can happen when you have shared your trip with someone. So always don't assume that. Click it, send. If you have a one or two close friends, just forward them, your trip details, so that if anything just happens, at least someone will be there to give some accounts. So that is my advice for you guys. I know there are so many things that people talk about these businesses, but this does not mean that the applications and the drivers and the whole industry of taxi is unsafe. I can tell you, I have never encountered someone who has ever been harassed. I've never encountered someone who has been, stolen their stuff while in a taxi, but I hear these stories. It tells you that, like in any other industry, there are, the bad one and the good ones, and always the good ones are the majority, like in any other industry. So whatever you see in the media, in a way, it could be true, but it should not, deter you from, seeing the good of the industry. So make sure that you do those things and keep safe, and see you in my next video. Bye.